Good. How about yourself? Yes, yes. You? I feel that.
Like, right. Question for Bryce.
Christmas. What? I got some clothes. I got a good amount of stuff. I was very grateful. Very grateful.
You still get more than you give for Christmas?
Um, I like to think I like to think I give more, but admittedly, my parents do. Are they're good gift givers. I'm not gonna lie. So I can't lie. They
Time
probably.
in life where that changes.
I try to match it every year, but like I'll step my game up. My dad will step his game up, and it just keeps the separation.
So are you trying to outdo each other?
I'm trying to. I don't think he sees me as competition really. I don't think I've gotten to that like level where I've garnered that respect, but I'm trying my best.
Coming, just watching the tape from this past week, what did you notice about your performance that you maybe didn't kind of take from the being on the field standpoint?
Yeah, just being able to, just a few takeaways. Just definitely want to start faster. We talked about that as a team. Definitely myself watching the film, just not wasting throws, not wasting possessions. Again, we got to a point where it came down to seconds. So every throw, every possession, every piece of yardage, all matters. Trying to start faster, and clean that up, and then. It was just, I felt like as a unit, we started to hit our stride a little, which was obviously really encouraging. It was good to kind of see the little things, little details that went into that. So it was good to reflect on. And then now, it's another week where we have to earn the right to be able to replicate those good things that we did and then, learn from the stuff that we still have to improve on.
Even though it was no losing effort, because you seemed a little bummed about that part, obviously, but the 300 yards, you had explosive plays, just things were clicking. How did that feel, kind of like it used to feel back in college in the day?
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely felt great. It felt great for all of us as a unit. Again, that's who we want to be. Who we've talked about being, who we know we're capable of, and it's a lot more fun when you're having success and the ball is moving and you're creating explosive plays. The game's a lot more fun like that. But it didn't happen because of because of one person. It didn't happen just randomly. It came from a good work week last week throughout the week, and then us just executing and taking pride in that, doing the little details. So, again, we got a taste of it. It's great. Doesn't entitle us to anything this week, and now that we have that taste, we want to make sure that we can try to build on that.
Right.
Coach Tabor said that he noticed, and I'm not sure if he used the word change, but there was a difference in you since the New Orleans game. I asked Brian Burns about that, and he said maybe not a change. You're the same person, but you seem more comfortable. Because the pressure is off. Do you feel that way?
I think for me, I've just been trying to be a work in progress, trying to continue to grow. I think the comfort just comes from more experience, more games, under my belt, more time together. I think that's really where the comfort stems from. But the circumstances, they are what they are, and I try not to let that dictate anything for me. Same thing as we all take that approach in the locker room. But really, again, I just think it's that push to try to continue to grow that I'm going to continue to have.
Do you feel less pressure, though?
I don't know. I wouldn't say so. I think for me, from when we were 0-0 to where we're at now, it's never been something external that's really weighed on me or weighed on us as a team. Whatever circumstance, expectation, whatever that is, that's never really, it's never something that's driven me or caused me to go one way or the other. It's all about what we have, the expectations we set in the locker room, in the building, and that hasn't changed. That's kind of the viewpoint.
Bryce, when you look at sort of the big picture of yours and Trevor's rookie year, they followed sort of a similar path. He was asked today if he had any advice for you, and he said he would tell you to stay the course and kind of get through it. Do you look to his rookie year and what he's done since as any sort of blueprint, or what can you take from him?
Yeah, I've been around him before. Really, really good dude. I have a ton of respect for him as a player. Been able to now watch him on film a bunch, watch him play. So again, I have a ton of respect for him as a person and as a player. in the moment, right now, again, we're just trying to finish the season off strong, and really all the attention's been on that. I haven't not huge on big picture stuff and reflecting. I think there's a time and place for that. Maybe it'll come after the season. Maybe there is a time, but right now, just being in the thick of it, it's just trying to execute, trying to focus in on this week's game plan, and then finishing it out next week. Maybe it'll come. Again, I have a ton of respect for him, but right now, really just all my focus has been on trying to be the best that I can now.
Bryce, you've been so intentional about staying level when things weren't going well. After a game like you had on Sunday where you played well, how do you kind of maintain that same level?
Yeah, just with the same attitude. I've always, just always believed that no matter what, you have to turn the page on the next game. And there's been bad that we've had to turn the page on. There's been some positive stuff, and again, you learn from it, and the good and the bad. But still, you got to turn the page. You don't carry over any stats. You don't carry over any possessions, any points into the next game. We're going to go in Jacksonville, and it's going to be 0-0 when the game starts. We have to earn everything from that point. It doesn't change at all. Again, the circumstances are what they are. It's a new weekend. We have to earn it again as a team.
Bryce, when your special teams group has gotten the opportunity on kickoffs, they've set you guys up in pretty good field positioning. I think they're leading the league in kick return yard average. I know it hasn't led to a lot of points, but from a getting on the field standpoint for an offense to start a series, how much confidence can that give you guys, at least from a field position standpoint?
No, it's huge. Our special teams unit has been great all year. Like you said, kickoff return, they've been dynamic when they've gotten the chance. And for us, obviously, we want to do a better job, make sure we're focusing on executing it. But when you do get that return, you get a +5, a +10, whatever it may be. That is a little momentum. That does give us that energy, that boost. It helps with the field position. And again, you get those 10 yards. You want to go score and you want to turn the points, but one way or another, those 10 yards they're still there. That's huge for us. And again, it's just making sure that we can execute on them.
Bryce, there's always that change from college to pro, stepping up that level. Is there a play at some point in the season, whether it's preseason, early in the season, middle season, late season, that you made and you said to yourself, all right, I can play at this level? I'm just curious, was there a spot where you said, okay, I can play with the big boys?
I think it really just came from the off season. Being able to play with everyone, and rookie minicamp is like first little step, and then you start OTAs. That was really just that, the first 7-on-7 to 11-on-11 period that you have. New system, new whatever, but being able to play for the first time with everyone, like those first 5 periods. And then you just kind of build that confidence, you build that growth. But I think majority of that really came in the off season. And then throughout training camp, of course, you're going against each other, nonstop, a bunch of live reps, and especially when you get to play against another team that comes in, that confidence grows. So I think really majority of that it came from the off season.
Was there something you said, or what did you say on the sideline on Sunday? Because you got off to a slow start. Thing almost looked like you're a little wild high early, but then everything got boom, 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 where it's clicking. Did you say anything, or did somebody say anything that got it?
It wasn't any magical speech. It wasn't any, again, it was just us encouraging each other. Whether it's someone coming to me going to someone else, whatever it was, just encouraging each other to stay in it. We have each other's backs. And again, like I said, we want to start faster. I want to make sure that we're doing better of that. Myself included for sure. But during those times, it's going to happen. There's going to be lows, going to be bad sessions. But I think it was really good just for us to lean on each other and be able to work through it and grow through it, and then have a good showing after it.
Bryce, if I didn't ask you about the college football playoff, thoughts on that?
I'm rooting for Alabama. I want them to win. But I mean, I'm excited. It's a really unique experience. It's special. Obviously it's just kind of a tough year with it being the last year of the 4 teams, and only having to only being able to take 4 teams. There's obviously a lot of lot of tough stuff that went on. So there's that. I will say I obviously again Alabama got in, and I think they deserve to be in, but I think that there were more than 4 teams that deserved to be in this year, and it was just I do think that again next year it won't happen, I guess, but it sucked that more than 4 teams deserved to be in, and they had to choose 4 out of teams that didn't. So that part is unfortunate, but I'm excited to watch as a fan.
And your score prediction?
Score prediction. I don't know. I'm not good at scores. I'm bad at that. But obviously, I like Bama, and I'm excited for the Texas Washington game. That'll be exciting.
Did Brian let you hear it after Alabama got in over at the show?
We were all watching the selection show. That was right before one of the games. They did the show, but we were all like downstairs, and Burns was there, so we all walked. I was with Bose, and we were all excited, and then Burns was over there, and I was like, I'm sorry about that, bro. He wasn't in a good mood. He didn't want to talk to anybody. So I feel for him though, for sure. It's tough, but.
All right, thank you.
Sure.